Hi everyone, this is Lara Hammock from the Marble Jar channel, and in today's video, I'll share the Surefire method that I use to remember to respond to text messages. So I already have a foolproof way to remember to respond to and follow up on emails. You can watch my video on that if you are interested. The problem is that more and more people are using text messaging to ask questions, to make plans, and to otherwise communicate things that require responses and follow up from me. So this is a problem because of the way that the text messaging app has been designed. Since I have an iPhone and an iPad, like most people, I use the iMessage app provided by default from Apple. And here are 3 of the problems that I have with it. Number 1, you can't save texts. So with email, there's a way to save important emails somewhere else, so you can delete emails out of your inbox. I get my inbox to 0 once daily. I get rid of all of the emails that I've dealt with, and I leave emails in my inbox that I still need to respond to. With text messaging, there is no way to save messages, so most people, including me, just keep all of their messages. Number 2, you can't mark text as unread. This drives me nuts, since it seems like it would be such a simple way to handle this problem. As you might know, once you have read a text message, there is no way to mark it unread. With email, you can do this so easily. Watch. So I have read this message, so now it's marked unread. That way, if you are someone who does not get to email 0 every day, then this is an easy way to indicate to yourself that you need to deal with this message, right? That would be great with iMessage. So I have to remember to respond to this when I have more info. But unfortunately, there's no way to do this within iMessage. So messages that you need to deal with just get lost with everything else. Number 3, you can't save groups. So if you have a group that you text, iMessage only remembers that group if you keep the entire text string. If you delete the string, it doesn't remember that that group ever existed. So this is annoying because number 1, I don't want to have to type in everybody's contacts each time. Number 2, it doesn't remember the group name if you have one, so you have to redo that. And number 3, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think you run the risk of starting a whole new text string, which would be annoying to everyone in the group chat. So here is my workaround. It's not great, but it's better than any other system that I have tried. So I have both an iPad and an iPhone where I receive text messages. First, I establish my iPad as my primary texting device because, well, that actually is the device that I use the most. Now, for most conversations, I just go ahead and delete them off of my iPad unless I am waiting to hear back or I need to respond. So there are 2 group text strings that I keep because I text on them several times a week and I don't want to mess up the group name or have to retype the contacts or split them all into a new conversation. Everything else I delete. So anything that is still there is waiting for resolution or waiting for me to act on it. On my secondary device, my iPhone, I don't delete anything. I use that for an archive and I go back to retrieve old messages there. And I can keep group conversations that I don't text on frequently in my iPhone, and I can respond to them from that device to rejuvenate the conversation and bring it back onto my iPad. So I've tried a bunch of other tricks like forwarding texts as emails or texting to myself, but ultimately texts were falling through the cracks. This is the system that has worked the best so far. I would love to know how you handle this. Comments are always appreciated, and thanks for watching.